Hi there. I'm going public with this because I need to bring clarity. In our country, there's a saying, monkey see, monkey do. And there's a lot of uneducated and very much stupid, unsophisticated people out there that would see a video or see a picture of someone or something, and without doing a proper investigation, without systematically following proper guidance and a proper legal research method, what they will actually do is create their own story and use propaganda, twist the truth to make the innocent look guilty, all right? Or to justify a wrong based on based on fallacies or false information. Now, I'm going public with this because the people have a right to know. Ever since I was a young girl, at the age of 17 years, I met someone by the name of David Lawrence Alexander. He was a student at the University of Trinidad and Tobago, and I was a student of the Tabaquite Secondary School. He was in church. His mother had a church in her yard that they would go to, and I was a Catholic girl who wished to get baptized and confirm and whatnot. So on my way to confirmation classes, I had to pass his house to get to the church. And he would often say good morning and politely wave and whatnot. And long story short, he came over to the presbytery and would say hello, and started talking to me. And eventually, through friends and whatever, because they thought we were nice for each other, they nudged us to talk to each other. Just talk. You don't have to do anything but be friends and talk. And in doing so, I fell in love with his intellect. He was very smart and very polite, right? He was very well mannered and he understood some things. So, in being very smart, he would help me out with my mathematics and whatnot. He didn't have to, all right, but he would. And I appreciated it, all right, until I found out that he passed my work to someone else, and I got really upset because I trusted him with my flaws. And, to be betrayed like that, I got really upset. And I didn't talk to him for a little bit. And then he came back apologizing, realizing that he had betrayed me. All right? So, 1 second. I apologize for the noise. Hold on 1 second. Yes. So as I was saying, so unfortunately, I felt betrayed, hurt, and we spoke about it sometime later on because he was adamant on wanting to know why I was upset, why I didn't want to talk to him anymore, why I would shun him. So I explained to him that I was not versatile in mathematics, right? I felt intimidated by numbers and I was really scared of getting the answer incorrect. All right? And those were my flaws at that age with regards to mathematics. And in trusting you, I let go and I opened up with my vulnerabilities of those areas. And you betrayed me. You gave someone else to correct my work, and just seeing an X next to my name and this person is revealing this to me, it's a hurt. I trusted him to give me an X or correct because my flaws with him was okay. We were making it better. But with another person, I didn't trust you to know my business or my flaws. So I was really hurt by it. Nonetheless, we began dating later on in life. We began dating. We would go out. I had a friend by the name of Deborah. We would double date. So we would go out and eat together, as the Trini would say, lime, right? But at no time was my academics ever compromised. At no time. And the reason for this is because he was a university student and I was near 19 going on 20 years. And I didn't want to look like a stupid fool in front of this science major. I couldn't be seen as stupid at all. So it motivated me to be a better intellectual, to strive towards it. right? So even though I would play and laugh and have fun and talk stupidness sometimes, in my private moments, I always learned my work. In my classroom, I took my work very seriously and I would make jokes and ask questions and say, but what if, and make stupid jokes, but it was always taken very seriously. And my teachers would tell my mother that Josie is very smart. Josanne is very smart, but she's a little too playful, right? And we heard she has a boyfriend, right? Nothing is wrong with having a boyfriend, but tell her to be careful. You don't want to ruin your future. So I understood very well, don't be stupid. The end. No pressure from anybody. So lo and behold, in 2006, I wanted to attend university. So I applied to UWI, I applied to USC, and I was accepted at USC, but we didn't accept me. So I told him, guess what? I got accepted into university and I don't care what anybody says, I will be going to UWI. So he said, well, to get into UWI is very hard. Some people just bribe people to get into UWI, those people just block out people and all kind of craziness. So I was like, once I'm qualified, I'm supposed to get through and whatever. So when my grades came back from Cape A levels, it really wasn't that high enough, but that's okay. I got into the University of the Southern Caribbean and it was quite all right. So before I went, he said that he heard that there were big shots out there who wanted to play and he couldn't lose me to them. So he took me to a JP, and long story short, in a nutshell, we signed a document that stated that I was his common law wife. All right, that I was his common law wife. And I remember reading it and seeing another person's name. I saw Nicholas Anthony's name. So when I saw Nicholas Anthony's name, I said, who is Nicholas Anthony? I said, give me your ID card. He said, Josanne, I said, give me your ID card. So when he gave me his ID card, I said, your name, the man I love, name is David Alexander. Why is this document saying Nicholas Anthony and you want me to sign it? So when he read it, he was kind of fumbling on his words. I don't know if he didn't read it or he didn't understand, if the JP made a mistake, if it was a setup, I don't know. But long story short, he went back. He said, let me see your ID card. Give me. And I took it out and I gave it to him. He went back to the JP with my ID card, with his ID card, and another letter was done. The other letter that was done stated David Alexander, and it stated Josanne Acosta is his common law wife and whatever. When I read it over again, I said, now that's you and that's me. And I signed it immediately. Right? So he took it and he scribbled on it and he took it back to the JP. He said, that's it. The JP said, we are good to go. We are married people. Right? So I was like, oh my God. So we did it a simple way. Now, if you get to know the culture of Trinidad and Tobago, you will find out through the East Indian and Hindu culture, marrying through a JP was the norm of the day. So we did it through that way without going to the Ministry of Legal Affairs. So it was acceptable within that area. Now, this is the very serious part. Later on, he became a lecturer at the University of Trinidad and Tobago. And in 2009, I became a student. And people started to think that we were involved as a lecturer with a student. I am going public with this because it is not so. He became my common law husband. I became his common law wife in 2006. He was not a lecturer until well after 2006. And I was not a student until 2009. And we did not meet through the university in any way. We met while I was on my way to church. So I'm clearing up the air for those foul people who started to believe that teachers were with students, and I started that trend. I was a married woman. And that is all I have to say on that matter.